So I'm going to run this through as much as I can. I will create your indulgence and also plead with you that you try and take away every distraction from around you. If you're using a computer, try and move away from your phone. If you're using a phone, try as much as you can to let people know you're busy at the moment. If you have your notes, I'll also, plead with you to get a pen and a paper or your writing material, your iPad, you know, your tablets, whatever it is you use for writing. Okay. So yesterday was an awesome moment for me. I'm happy to see most of you here, or some of you from yesterday's meeting are here. I want to believe that some of you are here. You can see that it's not everybody that indicated they were going to be here yesterday that is here today. And that's how life is, yeah? But you're here today because you're not dependent on your feelings. Most people yesterday that raised their hands were largely dependent on their feelings. So when it was time for action, they were nowhere to be found. So I want to really, really congratulate you for, taking a step further. So we're going to talk about being a realtor and who a realtor is and what you're expected to do as a realtor. Yeah. There are several ways to join real estate. Real estate has different value chains, but then when you don't have sorry, I want to be sure this is being recorded. Okay, we're recording. So when you don't have, real estate is quite capital intensive, yeah. So, but then when you don't have all the funds to start with, you are advised to join as a realtor. So joining as a realtor, even sometimes when you have the funds also, but you don't know how to do real estate, I also advise that if you have the time and you want to do things yourself and understand the business before you move in your funds, I will always advise that you try, the business of being a realtor is going to teach you a lot about real estate so that, even real estate development also. I also advise if you have funds to move into real estate as maybe a developer, or you even want to start a brokerage firm or even an investor, you can go get education if you don't have time to be a realtor. But one of the best ways to start real estate if you have time and don't have finance is to be a realtor. It opens you up to a different world of knowledge, a different world of network, and then exposure. Okay. So those of you that are here today, you're here most likely because you want to be a realtor. So I'm going to take time to explain that, so that you understand. You see, my goal today is to help you understand fully who a realtor is and what is expected of a realtor and how to start. Yeah. Then we'll have other conversations before we'll call it a day. So if you're leaving today, you have a good knowledge of who a realtor is. There's no ambiguity about it. There's no confusion about it. That's my goal. That's my goal. I like to also say that we have a series of trainings that we're going to start, but the chain of training that you're going to go through is starting today. But today is just introduction. Yeah. It's just introduction. So let's go ahead and talk about. So the series of training you will go through is called Accelerate. Yeah, so we have a couple of them, but what we're doing for you now is Accelerate. Accelerate is a training for the new realtor to help you start. Yeah. I'm sure we've done the introduction part, so there's no need doing all of that. Yeah. So Accelerate is going to help you. So we're going to have series of conversations. When you're done with your Accelerate, by the time you're done with your Accelerate training, you should have started building a brand. Yeah. So you should have a brand that is out there, that is known by the people in your immediate environment, and extended environments, to a great extent. Yeah. So Accelerate is starting today. Now, after today, we're going to reach out to you. Those of you that attended this training, we're going to reach out to you by way of call, and then put you through a couple of other steps you're supposed to take. One of them is that you're supposed to register officially for Accelerate. Registration for Accelerate is free. Just that we need to capture your database, attach you to a mentor, and a business, executive who will now manage and lead you. Yeah. So, but then you would have to register for Accelerate, officially. Okay. So, yeah. So let's talk about who a real estate agent is. So I'm going to open the floor now to ask anybody. Does anybody know? Do you have an idea of who a real estate agent is? Who do you think is a real estate agent? Can I have anybody who is bold enough to try?
Still pressing. Showing excellent judgment to intercept.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
I
good
think
evening.
a real estate agent. Yeah, a real estate agent is someone who helps a client or a person acquire real estate, who like works as just I don't know how I'm not
So someone that
very well
helps the
this
client acquire a real estate property, right?
real estate property. Yeah,
Thank you.
something.
Thank you. Thank you, Kena. Okay, who else, please? Please, if you're going to say something, just try and move away from the noise. Mr. Sundays, your hand is up. Is it for this? Okay. Anybody else? Come on now. You should be bold enough to try. Who do you think a real estate agent is? Boldness.
Okay, let me
successful realtors. Yeah, Maxwell.
let me try.
Please go ahead.
A real estate agent is someone who sells properties for a real estate company.
A real estate agent is who sells properties for a real estate company. Yeah.
Yes, he helps a client to purchase a property from a real estate company.
From a real estate company. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, last trial. Who else wants to try?
All right. I would say that a real estate agent is someone that refers a real estate product to the buyer.
Somebody that
He's not the owner of the product, the land or the real estate property, but he refers a client to the owner so that transaction can move through him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're all correct in one way or the other, but let's look at this definition. A real estate agent is a dedicated professional who helps people navigate the complex world of buying, selling, and renting properties. A real estate agent is a dedicated professional who helps people navigate the complex world of buying, selling, and renting real estate properties, right? Or renting properties. Their primary mission is to provide guidance, support, expertise to clients, making the process as smooth and stress-free as possible. So if you notice, the first person that helped that, I think it's Ikena defined a realtor as, he used the word help. It is very strategic. Now, you must understand that if you're new in the industry, or if you're a new real estate agent, your foundation is very important. What you learn at the initial stage is more important than anything else. Yeah. Now, what I'm saying is that if you want to build a house, you pay attention to the foundation, because that is what will carry everything else on the house. So that if the foundation is faulty, you are very sure that it doesn't matter the aesthetics, it doesn't matter the quality of the material you use in building the frame, but once the foundation is faulty, you are very certain that with just a little shaking, yeah, the house is going to fall. So I want you to pay very close attention to the conversation today. The word is help. You're a professional that help people navigate the complex world of buying, selling, and renting properties. So I'll tell you why it is complex. It is complex because the person you are helping, the people you are helping in most cases don't understand the business of real estate. Somebody who wants to rent a house, they are not bothered about the complexities of building a house. They are not bothered about the factors that affect rent, right? Why does rent increase and never decrease? You know, they are not bothered about inflation. They are not bothered about mortgage and all of those things with regards to rent. All they want is a property that is affordable for them, that meets their need, that they want to move in. All of those other dynamics, they're not interested in them. So you, as a person, brings in good level of simplicity to the complex nature of real estate. Now, the same to the new real estate investor who is just buying a property because they want to either they are buying for speculation's sake, or they are buying for land banking, or they are buying because they want to develop. These guys don't have good knowledge of the industry like you should have. So your job as a realtor is to provide simplicity in the midst of all complexities. Now, so that, I don't run ahead of myself. What it simply means is that you are the person that is trusted with knowledge. The average client expects that you know most of the things that they don't know. Yeah. So your job as a realtor is to help. Okay. Now, so you are not just helping the person that is buying, you're also helping the person that is selling, and you're also helping the person that is renting. So help can come in different ways. Help can mean finding a property for a buyer. Help can mean finding a buyer for a seller. Help can mean advising a buyer on what is the best property to go for. Help can mean helping providing good negotiation skills for either the buyer or the seller. I'll give you an instance. One of the job of a realtor is to provide the best possible amount, is to help a seller sell a property at the best possible amount. So I'll give you an instance. When a realtor wants to pitch to an investor, there are two major, or a seller. Let me use the word a seller. When a listing realtor is going for when a listing realtor is going to pitch a seller, there are two major things that a seller looks out for. One is the time with which the realtor will sell that property if they list it. The other one is the amount. So a seller wants to know that if they give you this property to sell for them, you're not just going to sell within a very short period of time, but you will also sell with a higher percentage, right? So I can pitch to a seller. I can say, okay, so my name is Gochiko Koroko. I am a realtor with Set Realty. Okay, so I usually sell out my houses within the first 1 to 3 months with 10% higher than the average market price. Now, this all falls within the scope of helping a seller, a buyer, or a renter. So your job does not just stop when you show somebody a property that they want to buy or that they are looking to buy. Your job is also to educate them on why they should buy, not buy, or why they should go into real estate. Okay, so let me ask you, do you understand who a realtor is? Do you understand who a realtor is? Before we move ahead. I hope I've not been talking to myself all this while.
Yes, I do. I understand from your
Yes, you do, sir.
explanation.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Please, if you're here, kindly write your name and your phone number in the meeting chat. Okay. So that we can get back to you and then do proper follow-up after now. So there are key qualities of a real estate agent. One of them is, so sorry, this is not correct. Okay, so there are key qualities of a real estate agent, yeah? One of the key qualities of a real estate agent is empathy. Is empathy. You see, it is said that most or over 80% of real estate agents become agents because they've had series of failed attempts in their previous endeavors. So they join real estate after they've had so many failed attempts, and some of them or most of them are usually under some level of financial pressure. So real estate comes as an escape route for their financial pressure, yeah, which is okay. But then the problem is that it now makes real estate agents become very insensitive. I'll give you an instance. In our space, one of the things that the average real estate agent is known for is that they are majorly after their commission. So there are some agents that focus mainly on rentals. The tradition here is that they will take you on an inspection to go and see a house. You tell them you're looking for a 3-bedroom flat, all en suites, 3-bedroom flat with 4 toilets, all en suites, with a gen house, not more than 4 persons in a compound. You give them all of this detailed description and tell them it has to be a new house. And then they will take you to a 2-bedroom, 1 toilet in a face me, I face you compound with about 40 people. Yeah. And it doesn't just end there. By the time you are done telling them that, this is not what I asked you to do now, they will now tell you to hold on. They have a friend that most likely has what you're looking for. You will wait in your vehicle for about 30 minutes, waiting for the guy to come from where he's coming from. Could be 40 kilometers away from where you are. By the time he gets there, 1 hour is done. They will now take you to a 3-bedroom with 1 toilet, no master bedroom. And then probably with 6 persons in a compound. After that, you now have to wait for somebody else to join. By the time you are done with the inspection, you would have seen 10 different agents, yet you've not seen what you're looking for. They've not taken you to that exact description. Now, this is not the problem. The problem is that at the end of that dissatisfying, annoying experience, they will ask you for an inspection fee and now tell you that you have to pay them 20,000 naira inspection fee, right? This is what you see when the agent does not have empathy. They don't care about the client. They don't care about the seller. They don't care about the buyer. What they want is that money. Now, if you're going to succeed as a real estate agent, understanding who a real estate agent is, you have to be a helper. One of the attributes of a helper is empathy. If you're not empathic, you will not succeed as a real estate agent, right? The other one is communication. Every real estate agent is a marketer, is a salesperson. You need to understand that as a real estate agent, your job is to market and to sell. Yeah. And the key attribute of a good marketer and a good salesperson is communication. Communication is not just about talking. Communication also includes listening. In fact, when you come across a prospect, be it somebody in your sphere or somebody you're meeting for the first time, part of your job, what I'm explaining to you, I have seen it happen over and over and over again. Realtors will meet you and have conversations with you, and you will tell them what you want. So part of your job as a realtor is to find out the needs of your client, of your prospects. And you do that by asking the right questions and by listening. Remember, I said that the goal of this conversation is to understand who a real estate agent is. It's not to teach you marketing, it's not to teach you sales, but for you to understand fully who you are as a real estate agent and what is expected of you. Right? So your job is to understand the need of your clients. If you don't know how to talk, if you don't know how to ask the right question, if you don't know how to listen, you will always be on the faulty side. It is something I have seen bedevil a lot of real estate agents. So what it means is that part of what you're supposed to go for is to learn how to ask the right question, learn how to listen to your client. Now, when you do this, you would have done over 80% of the job. Yeah. So I'll give you an instance. When you understand the need of your client, the need of your prospect fully well, you understand where they fall in the buyer's journey, you understand the need they have. So somebody wants to invest in real estate, you understand their budget, you understand why they want to invest, you understand the area they're looking out for, you understand their timeline, you understand the ROI they are looking for. If it's somebody that wants to build and rent out, you understand the yield, the percentage of yield they are looking out for. When you understand all of these things, you will be in a better position to make a recommendation, and it brings you closer to closing a deal. One of the major things that bedevils realtors is closing. They don't know how to close deals. They would say, you see, when we go deeper into the courses that we have, you will fully understand how this thing works. When you hear your prospects well, closing a deal will not be an issue. Let me give you an instance. Very wonderful instance. I recommended a client to somebody who wanted to buy a property. And after a while, the client stopped. So this realtor took the client on inspection. And then after a while, after the inspection, the client stopped, or the prospect stopped taking her call. So what happened was that she kept on pressing and kept on asking me to please reach out to the client and know if he's still interested in buying. So I didn't bother, because I knew that for the realtor to not have managed the prospect well, she would have messed up. So I took my time, I didn't reach out to the prospect. We just met in a meeting, and I asked him, sir, the realtors, I asked him, sir, what's up with, have you found the property you're looking for? He said yes, that somebody has sent some to him, and he's quite satisfied with the ones that he sent to him. But he said a striking thing. He said, that lady you pointed me to gave me, or we went to properties that I didn't like. They were far from what I described to you. And that was why he stopped picking the girl's call. Now, the lady or the realtor at her end was waiting to close the deal. Meanwhile, the prospect did not like the properties that she showed him. And then I was asking myself, how will you take somebody on an inspection and not know that they don't like the property you showed them? And you're looking to close a deal on a property that was not liked. Now, you're new in the industry, so you might not understand exactly what I'm talking about, but these are the mistakes that realtors make. So part of your job as a realtor is to listen, is to communicate. Part of the key qualities of a good realtor is communication. Yeah. Now, the first two that I have mentioned will keep you above your equal. Once you have empathy and you master communication, you are way above 80% of other realtors. Yeah. So, but let me give you the third one. The third one is ability to learn. There's an ebook I'm working on. It's called The Curse of a Salesperson, The Curse of a Realtor. Yeah. One of the things about being a realtor is that you can wake up today and say, hello, I'm a realtor, and then you're a realtor. But then the fact that you are now a realtor without education becomes a curse for you, because you are going to struggle without education as a realtor. You're going to struggle like no man's business. On a very serious note, if you don't have education as a realtor, you're going to struggle. You are going to struggle. Now, I'm saying this to you because your ability to learn, your ability to unlearn, relearn, is what will keep you in the industry, is what will make you successful. So part of what you're supposed to do as a new realtor is to get education as much as you can. Okay? I can't overemphasize this. See, the industry is so lucrative. As a realtor, you can make a lot of money to finance whatever passion you have, if real estate is not your passion. But then if real estate is your passion, you can make stupendous money. I can guarantee you. The industry is pretty competitive, yeah? But hey, there are very few realtors out there who are making a lot of money. The problem is not because there is no money in the industry. The problem is that people don't want to learn. They don't want to be educated. Okay? So once you get yourself some education, you will fly. Okay? So let's talk about what successful real estate agents do every day. Okay? Let's talk about what successful real estate agents do every day. Okay? So let me ask you a question. Do you think there is a secret to being a successful real estate agent? Let me mess with your mind a little. Do you think there is a secret? There are secrets to being a successful real estate agent? Anybody? Anybody? Mr. Franklin Okafor, can you help? Okay, Cynthia, please go ahead.
Okay. I think to be a successful real agent, you have to be consistent in whatever you are doing.
You have to be
Being
consistent.
outspoken, yeah, consistent, being
Okay.
outspoken,
Let me just
and
take one from you. Let me just take one
yeah,
from you. Being consistent, right? Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Franklin, please go ahead.
Okay, I feel there's always a secret to every successful person. There's always a secret to every successful person.
Yeah.
That means for you to attain success, there's supposed to be something that you do specially to attain that success. Most of all the successful people we have, none of them just came out to be successful out of the blue. They had to put in the effort, they have to put in the consistency, they have to put in the hard work, they have to put in the devotion, and so many other things to become successful.
Okay, so you
And they have to also
secrets.
they have to also play their cards well, because it depends on, you are trying to invest
Sorry,
in
let me cut you
something
short, Mr. Franklin. I just want to get some, just one from you. Do you agree that there's a secret to being a successful real estate agent? Yeah, you agree, right?
Yes, I feel
okay.
so.
Okay, so let me ask a question. When a knowledge is out there in the open, does it remain a secret or is no more a secret? If a knowledge is out there in the open, is it a secret or is it an open
No, it
secret?
isn't a secret.
It's not a secret.
It's not a secret. It's an open secret.
It's an open
But
secret.
it depends. It's an open secret. It's an open secret.
Okay, that's awesome. So let's use the word open secret. What you need to succeed as a real estate agent is an open secret. It's everywhere on the internet. It's everywhere on the books you read. So we'll pick them one after the other for the sake of time, because we're running out of time already. It's 7 minutes to 9. So prospecting activities, yeah. A successful real estate agent engages in prospecting activities. One of them is to make a list of people who might need to buy or sell a property. Okay. The other is to call or email these people to introduce yourself and your services. These are the daily activities. The word is daily. Now, let me explain to you. Yeah. One of the things you need to know as a real estate agent is that success is built on routine, especially as a salesperson. I'm going to say it 5 times. Success is built on routine, especially as a real estate agent. Number 2, success is built as a routine, especially as a real estate agent. Number 3, success is built as a routine, especially as a real estate agent. Number 4, success is built as a routine, especially as a real estate agent. Number 5, success is built as a routine, especially as a real estate agent. You must understand that if you're going to succeed as a real estate agent, it's not going to depend on your feelings. It's not going to depend on physical circumstances. It's something you have to engage in every day. Every day from today henceforth, you have to be a realtor. You can't be a realtor on a Monday and not be a realtor on a Tuesday, and be a realtor on a Wednesday and not be a realtor on a Thursday. Please understand this. Every day you engage in these activities, that is what will make you successful. Now, one of the reasons why you need to do it every day is this. As you practice on daily basis, the more you practice, the more you hone your skills and the more you get better. Okay, so let's talk about follow-up activities. So as a real estate agent, a successful real estate agent sends thank you notes to their clients after their meetings or inspection. Okay, so they check in with their clients, their past client, periodically to see, how they are doing, if they have need for any real estate advice. Okay, they also use calendar or a reminder system to keep track of when to follow up with leads. So every successful real estate agent gets themselves involved in what we call follow-up activities, okay? So I'm going to run, please write your name and your phone number if you're joining us, so that we can get through to you, and then also so that we can send this slide over to you. You know, you can go through them at your own time, okay? Client communication activities number 4 is market research activities. So every successful real estate agent reads daily real estate news to stay informed about real estate market trends. Okay, you need to know what's happening in the industry. You need to know the prices of properties in your area. You need to know the price of houses in your area. You need to know what a good deal is. When somebody says, I want to buy a property here, and they're asking you, is this a good deal? They're asking you, am I buying it at a good price? Is it going to give me a good return? They're asking you, is this place going to develop within so time so I can get an ROI? If it's, you know, if it's ROI they're looking for, if it's rent, can it give me so percentage of yield within so period of time in a particular area? What do you think is the growth projection in a particular area? You know, questions like that. Now, you won't be able to answer these questions if you don't know what is happening in the environment. So part of what you're supposed to do as a real estate agent is to take a drive. Right? Go drive around the city, find out, you go to places where they are building houses, find out what is happening there, the cost of building, find out how much a 5-bedroom duplex is costing in a place like Independence Layout, in a place like GROA. Find out what an old building is, or what's the cost of an old building. Go to where they're renovating houses, find out what is the cost of renovating a 3-bedroom flat based on this test, and that test, a 3-bedroom bungalow, sorry. Find out what is the cost of a land in this area, in that area, because when it comes to helping your clients, you need this information, okay? Client communication activities, I've talked about this before. So you send regular updates to clients about new properties and market changes, respond promptly to client inquiries via calls, email, or text, schedule regular check-ins with clients to discuss their needs and progress, okay? So we have marketing activities. Every successful real estate agent indulges in daily marketing. So marketing here means, you know, post property listings and real estate tips on social media, create flyers or brochures for your listings, run online ads to promote your services and listings. Now, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question at the end of this session. The person that wins this, the person that wins, I'm going to help you run an ad for 1 week. I'll take care of that. The ad is going to be just an introductory ad, you know, introducing you to real estate. So just pay close attention as much as you can. So I'll set up your social media platform and then also help you run ads. I'll pay for the ads. I'll get people who will optimize your social media platform. Okay, so let's continue. Networking activities. Now, you need to understand that real estate is a contact sports game. So as a real estate agent who wants to be successful, you should every day have at least one new number on your phone. The average is 10. Yeah, the average is 10. 10 new numbers every day on your phone. Either they want to buy a property or they are referring you to somebody who will buy or who will sell. Yeah. 10 new. So your job as a new real estate agent is to go for networking events, go for networking activities, show up every day. You hear that there's a real estate gathering here, there's a real estate gathering there, and all of that. Okay. So the other one is education and training activities. every real estate agent needs to be involved in education activities. I've said this before. You need to sign up for online webinars like this one. You need to read books and watch videos about real estate sales techniques, marketing, and all of that. You need to attend workshops and physical seminars to learn from industry experts. Every real estate agent gets involved in these activities. Now, like I told you, this is foundational for you. You are new in the industry, and this is foundational. These are the things you need to do daily to become successful as a real estate agent, okay? The other is property listing activities. We have time management activities, brand building activities, lead generation activities. Okay? So these are the things you need to get involved in as a real estate agent if you want to be successful. But I'm going to take us back to something I skipped because I wanted to bring this to you before we close. Let me ask you a question. And I would honestly want you to answer me. Why did you join real estate? For those of you that have joined, let me ask my dear friend, Mr. Franklin. I was going to call your name.
Okay, sir.
Please go
Okay, you
ahead.
asked why I joined real estate. Okay.
Yes,
The reason why I joined real estate, first of all, is that the rate at which I looked at the cost of living or cost of livelihood or cost of shelter. I stayed in Lagos, so I stayed in some, like the ghetto area in Lagos, and I see the cost of living in those places, in Lagos especially as in general, and I see people suffering and finding it difficult to get shelter. I'm not saying I joined real estate just to come and do for the Christmas or to run a charity, but I just want to like get into it because I see people making money from it, and I want to have my own piece of that. What I call it, that like a national cake or something. That is it. I'll get to this. What I calling it. The main purpose is just for financial freedom, and I feel that is the fastest route to get into financial freedom.
Okay, that's awesome. That's a good motivation there. Okay, thank you, Franklin. Anybody else? I'd like to honestly hear why you joined real estate.
That they are bringing our certificate here on Tuesday morning. Yes. What is here now? Now me even give a direction. So the man person I call, I ain't gonna come ask me for direction.
Please now. This training is waiting for you.
Okay, may I speak?
Please, what's your name, please? Mr. Maxwell, right?
Yes, Maxwell.
Please go ahead.
Okay, I joined real estate for
Please, if you're in a good place, sorry, Mr. Maxwell, if you're in a good place where you can turn on your video, please kindly do turn on your video because we're recording this training for future purposes, so that you can go through them, so that when people are watching, they can also relate to your face. If you can, but if you can't, it's okay. So please go ahead.
Okay, right now I can't turn on my video because I'm in a very dark place.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, I joined real estate for two main reasons.
Yeah.
The first one is to learn.
To
learn about real estate and the industry and what it entails. I missed that opportunity some time ago. And then when I found out there was a real estate training going on in Enugu, I decided to join purposely because I wanted to learn and understand about the industry.
Okay.
Then secondly, because I needed another source of income. And I knew that real estate can provide that for me.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Finding another source of income is the second reason why I joined the real estate industry.
Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. I'm grateful for your contribution. Who else, please? I'd like to hear why, and I'll tell you why I'm asking these questions. Why did you join real estate? I'm going to be calling you if you don't answer me. At the count of three. Mr. Sunday, you want to
Hello.
tell us?
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Please go ahead. Good evening, sir.
Nice to hear from you again, sir.
Thank you.
My own reason why I joined real estate,
I'm saying,
I have two reasons why I joined real estate.
Okay.
One is because I found out that a professional realtor
Yeah.
is is a someone that has a good skills. Do you
Okay.
understand? It's a skill. So once you are a professional reactor, that means you have a good skills. You can be able to excel in the industry. And secondly, the second reason why I joined it is to have a financial freedom. That's my
Financial
honor.
freedom.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you very much for your contributions. Now, it's important for you to have a propelling why. It's important for you to have a big motivation for joining real estate. Now, financial goal can be part of it. Now, why I said this is because there are going to be days that you will not feel like doing this thing. There are going to be days where you will not be motivated to do it. What will bring you back to the field is your big why. I'm telling you, every successful person encounters what we call challenges. Every successful person, everybody you see out there, that is doing well, that is enviable, anybody you see out there that is living the dream, driving the best of cars, living in the best of apartments or house with the best investment portfolio, who can afford to buy whatever they want to buy, they must have dealt with a lot of challenges. And guess what? In their tough days, they usually don't feel like getting up to work. I can tell you, one of the days, we had a training yesterday, yesterday was one of those days that I didn't feel like going to anywhere. Yeah, because I had spent the previous night trying so hard to work on a project, so hard. I gave it my all. So the next morning it was like an interview. So I had a meeting with a couple of people, and everything I worked on the previous night was not approved. It was like I was so discouraged. It was one of those days I didn't feel like coming out. Yeah, but I had to. Now, what I'm sharing with you happens every now and then. The reason is there are so many reasons, but one of them is because you are now testing new waters. You are in a new field where you've not been before. So you're like a baby that is looking to run. You're trying out new things that are not very common to you. And so you're going to have challenges. You're going to have days that you don't feel like doing this thing. What will keep you going is your big why. For those of you that are registered, I'm going to be having, we'll put you in a mentorship session where you will have a one-on-one with me, just like this. I will have chats and conversations with you to help you grow. But of course, for you to have access to that, you should have registered with Security, whether it's with 5,000 or with 20,000 or with 30,000, whichever one you register with. But being a registered member of the company gives you access to mentorship, right? So if you've not done that, for those of you that filled the form, please try and register. Okay. The money for registration is commitment. It shows that you are committed in this stuff, right? Okay, so and then it will help me go the extra mile to see that I provide as much support as possible. Okay, so now let's talk about limiting beliefs. Let's talk about limiting beliefs. I want to address that before we go ahead and round this class up. Please, do we understand what a limiting belief is? Limiting beliefs. Anybody? Mr. Franklin, thank you. Mr. Franklin, please go ahead. Okay, he's not forthcoming. Anybody? Amaka, please go ahead.
Okay, limiting belief. For me, my understanding of limiting belief are, like call it might or things that you've, I like call it fact, like call it fact or might that your mind has been programmed, your mind has been set on that constrain you or that restricts you from attaining or getting to a particular, like a particular level or
Particular
height that
goal.
you're supposed to get to.
Thank you.
So those
Thank you.
goals,
Do you think we have, what are the possible limiting beliefs you think you might have as a realtor, or you think, or the average realtor will have, especially if they are just starting out real estate for the first time?
okay. The one I know, like a brother mentioned that during the training yesterday, like he does not know, when you have this belief that you don't know the people of high and mighty that can afford to get a property or something like that. So that is one limiting belief. When you have that mindset that you don't know people, you are not connected enough to meet with people that are able to afford properties. Yes, that is one of them.
Thank you. Thank you. Is anybody here that can help us tackle that limiting belief? Mr. Franklin said that a limiting belief can be somebody thinking that they don't have anybody on their contact list that can help them, or sorry, they don't have anybody on their contact list that can buy properties from them. And so it limits them, from putting their best, best efforts into their career as realtors. Is there anybody that can help us deal with that limiting belief? Anybody? Somebody that thinks that they don't know who will buy properties from them. What can you tell the person?
Okay, let me speak, please.
Please, what's your name?
Maxwell.
Mr. Maxwell, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, am I loud?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. To overcome such limiting belief, we must understand that even though we are to sell or to market to those we know, but real estate is not limited to those you know or to those who are in your contact list. So we must expunge that mindset and then be open-minded. You can run into someone today, and then in a matter of weeks or months, that person buys property.
Okay,
you might overhear people's conversations, and then in their discussion, they are talking about properties, and then you as a realtor will provide the needed information or guidance, and then from there you make sales. So
thank you.
It must not be people in your contact list that you sell to.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Maxwell. Anybody else wants to?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else wants to expunge that limiting
go ahead?
belief? Please, who is talking? Please, what's your name, please?
My name is Angela Kelechi Bako.
Okay, Angela, please go ahead.
Okay, the advice I have for such realtor is to start. Start, because I had that experience some weeks back. I met a family friend, and just in front of the sales realty's office, and I was telling her, this is where I work. I now work with a real estate company, and she said, wow, and you did not say anything since. My sister just bought a land yesterday, and ordinarily this is somebody I never thought is trying to buy a land or have buying property in mind at that moment. So I just lost 8 million naira sales. So I understood that you just have to start, announce it everywhere, let everybody know that you are in it now. You never can tell where your miracle will come from.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. So if you're thinking that you don't know people, there is no way to know that you don't know people. I can bet you that there are people on your contact list who are either buying properties now, or they are referring somebody else to where they will buy a property. So the best thing to do is to start, right? You never can tell. And like Mr. Maxwell said, you can start today, and then within a matter of weeks, you would have met people So it's not a must that it's the people you already know. You can meet a stranger today, and by tomorrow, they are already trusting you and willing to buy from you. Okay, can we take one more limiting belief before we move ahead, please? One more limiting belief. What are the limiting beliefs you think, what are the beliefs you think ordinarily will limit a realtor from putting in their best in real estate? Amaka, your hand is raised.
If you
Okay, Mr. Maxwell, you wanted to say something, yeah?
Yes, let me speak. One other limiting belief is the economic hardship in the country. Some realtors may think that because of this situation, even in the midst of economic hardship,
Oh, we
people are
can barely hear you. The network is fluctuating.
Okay, am I loud now?
Please, can you
Am
guys
I
hear?
loud?
Yes, you are, but then it's like it's breaking. Can we hear him?
Yes, we can.
Can we?
Okay, please go ahead. We can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Like I was saying, the economic situation of the country is one of the limiting beliefs for some realtors. Some realtors may think that because of the economic challenges or the economic hardship, people do not have money to buy properties, but that's not true. Even in the midst of the economic challenges and economic hardship, people are buying properties on a daily basis, people are building houses, people are making progress. So anybody who carries the mindset that due to the challenges of economy, people are not buying properties, is a limiting belief that must be dealt with in order to succeed in real estate.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for mentioning the limiting belief, and also thank you for dealing, for addressing that limiting belief. Yeah. So it's you can't say there's no money. You can't say there's no money because I mean there's economic hardship, yes, but then there are people buying every day. And also you should know that the people who buy properties now in Nigeria, a part of them are people in diaspora. People in diaspora buy properties a lot, right? So you're not just dealing with people in the country, you're also dealing with people outside the country. Okay, so let's move ahead. So there's a popular saying by okay, so Angela, let me take your limiting belief before we move ahead. Yeah.
Okay. One of the limiting beliefs I know that can limit a realtor is the feeling or the thought that the market is saturated enough that I can't make it again in the industry. So I believe that no market is saturated enough. So you can always make your headway.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a very key point because I've heard somebody say that realtors are everywhere now. Realtors are everywhere now. And so it's a very competitive industry, yeah. But like I always say, one of the things that you bring to the industry as a new realtor or as a realtor is your uniqueness. There's no one person that is there. There are not two persons that is the same, right? You are unique. You are different. There's nobody in the world right now that is like you, right? They might look like you, they might talk like you, but they are not like you. They are not you. They might be like you, but they are not you, right? So one of the things you bring to the industry is uniqueness. And since that is key, you always have an advantage. If everybody in the world right now decides to become a realtor, I bet you, if you do the things you're supposed to do as a realtor that I've explained to you earlier, you will sell. Okay, thank you, Angela. Okay, so let's call this a day. But I want to talk to you briefly about something that Keller said. He said nothing else about your business will make a big impact. Nothing else about your business will make as big impact on it as the number of leads that you have. There is nothing else about your business in real estate that will make as much impact as the number of leads that you have. Nothing. Right? So let me ask a question. Can somebody tell us what a lead is? What do you think is a lead? I'm waiting.
A lead is a plan, a strategy you have on how to go about it.
No. A lead is not a plan. A lead is not a strategy. Sorry to cut you short because of time. Anybody else? In the sense of sales and marketing, Frank, please go ahead.
Recording in progress. Okay, for me, I feel a lead is an update you have, a trend,
Update.
like an update you have.
No, Franklin, that's not correct. In the sense
good evening,
of
sir.
marketing and
Sir, can I
sales,
try?
who is trying?
A lead is a lead is
Hold
a
on,
person
hold
who is
on, hold
interested in-
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Who is trying? Benson is talking. Benson, not you. I'm going to mute you. I have the right to mute you. So let Mr. Lucas. Mr. Lucas, please. What do you think a lead is? You've not said anything since we started, so let's try you out. You have my permission. Go and check the internet if you want to. Mr. Lucas, are you here? Okay, Mr. Lucas is not.
Can I try again?
No, I want somebody who has not said anything. Okay, please hold on, sir. Gold, can you try? What is a lead? All the people I'm calling, they are not responding. Okay, so it's assumed that you are not participating in the training. I hope you're learning if you're not participating. If you're not participating because you don't want to be wrong, I want to tell you that you cannot be right every time in your life. You cannot practically, it's impossible to be right every time. Okay, I'm looking for somebody that has not said anything since we started. Yeah? Okay, so let's save time. Mr. Kenna, please go ahead. Mr. Kenna. Okay, Mr. Benson, what is a lead? Okay, Mr. Kenna is up. What is a lead, please? Mr. Kenna, what is a lead? Okay, Mr. Kenna is taking so much time. Benson, please help us out.
If he's not up, I can try.
No, let's give Benson. Where is Benson? Benson.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so a lead is a person who has interest in what you're offering, either your product or your service, who has the potential of being a paying customer in the future.
Please say it again, please, so that we can hear you very well.
Okay, a lead is a person who has interest
in what you're offering, that is either your product or your services. That's somebody who has the potential of being a paying customer or a customer in the future.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So a lead is a person who is interested in what you're offering. Now, if you don't have leads, if you don't have people who are interested in what you're offering, if you don't have people who are interested in what you're selling, then you're not in business. Now, it doesn't matter how good you are as a communicator. It doesn't matter the level of empathy that you have. It doesn't matter the education that you have. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter the contacts that you have. If you don't have people who are interested, if you don't have a list of people that you can say, this guy is interested in what I'm offering, and he's likely to become a client. He has the potential to buy or refer me to somebody who will buy. You're not in business. You're actually wasting your time. So, one of the most important activity of a realtor is to generate interest. Please hear me out. What you do as what realtors do is they look for people who will buy. That's awesome. That's awesome. Looking for people who will buy, looking for buyers. But I have seen this mess realtors up over and over again. You see, if I'm having a conversation with somebody about something, I'm looking for somebody who will buy, but in most cases, I'm looking for interest. You see, interest is what I look out for when I go for business, especially if I'm doing marketing or sales. Prospecting, I look for interest. You see, I don't fool myself by looking for a buyer, especially because I know how real estate works. You see, so somewhere in I think it was in May or April, I traveled to the Western Nigeria to have a meeting with one person. And before that meeting happened, she asked me, can't we talk on the phone? I said, no, ma, we can't talk on the phone. She said, when you come to Lagos, are we not going to talk? Is it not talk? I said, my no is talk, but it won't take more than 20 minutes of your time. But I want to see you face to face and have this conversation with you. I was not interested. The reason why I was looking for a face-to-face conversation was not to get her to close a deal, was not to close that deal, but it was to get her to become interested. Because I know that once she's interested, I can build that interest to the point where we now close a deal. Part of your job as a realtor is to hunt for interest. Get your tools and hunt for interest. Get people to become interested in what you're selling. Find out who is interested. Build interest. Interest is built and nurtured to the point where it becomes a sale. I know you want to earn commission. I know you want to make a lot of money, but there is a skill you must master. It's called lead generation. You must master how to get people interested. You must master how to fish out people who are interested in what you're offering. If you do that, then you will become astonishingly successful as a realtor. Yeah. Now let's go to the last point, and then we'll get this over with. Okay. Where to start from? Let me answer that question. So, as a new realtor, you want to know where to start from. How do I start? Who do I talk to? The best place to go to is the people that are within your sphere. Your sphere are people that you have met in one way, shape, or form. People you've done business with, people that have sold for you, people that have bought from you before, whether it's real estate or not, people that you've exchanged contacts with, you're in the same church with them, you're in the same age group with them, your old boys and old girls association, your neighbors, people you buy tomatoes from in the market, people you buy garri from in the market, where you buy water, the vulcanizer that pumps your car, people that everybody you've come across with. You see, do not deceive yourself by thinking that you don't have people that will buy from you. In our next class, I'm going to show you how to start from the people you already know. That's part of what I'm going to do for you. Okay. But then not just show you, I will give you tools and then guide you on how to reach out to them and get them to buy from you. I can bet you there is somebody on your contact list right now who is either interested in buying real estate, or somebody is asking them, please, oh, do you know where I can buy a property? Do you know a reliable company that I can buy a property from? There is somebody on your you see, let me tell you, you see, in this scenario, I am never wrong. Never wrong. It has happened over and over and over again. I've had realtors who joined and I told them this and they didn't believe me. Months later, they will come back and tell me, do you know somebody bought from, do you know somebody I know bought property at so time? Meanwhile, the person did not buy from me because I did not tell them. Okay? So the people that you already know, your contact list, your phone, those numbers on your phone, that is where you start from. For one fundamental reason, people will only buy from you if they know you and they trust you. Okay? So that brings us to the end of this class. So let me ask you, did you learn anything new from this class? I'd like us to share, what we learned. What's the new thing you learned from today's teaching? Did it change your thinking? Do you have a better understanding? Can I have anybody who is new, this is your first real estate exposure, can I have you share your experience? What do you think? Did you learn anything new? Can somebody share with us what they learned new today? Please go ahead because we're already the time is already against us. Mr. Franklin, please go ahead.
Okay, what I learned from today's teaching was the aspect of communication as a tool for a realtor. I learned the part where you said it's not just about talking alone, but also about listening. You have to pay attention to details, to what your prospective clients would want, and give them that, not just taking them to any place that is just like, okay, because this person wants this, the person wants to get a particular property. Just feel like anyone can suit. You have to pay attention to details. So, and you can also only achieve that by listening and paying attention to details.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's pretty awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Franklin. Anybody else? What did you learn today? If you didn't learn anything today, it means you wasted your time. It means you wasted over 1 hour of your time and you will never recover it again. And that's such a pity. What did you learn today? Anybody?
Let me speak, please.
Mr. Maxwell, please go ahead.
Okay, I learned that to succeed in real estate business, you need empathy. As a realtor, you need empathy. If you're not empathic, you will not be able to meet the need of your clients. And as a result, you will not succeed in real estate. And
that's
then
awesome.
secondly, I also understood what it really means to be a realtor. Like you are there to help, to guide, to assist, to provide, and to provide both for the buyer and the seller.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
You,
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, who else, please? User sets, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. One of the key things I learned today is that success is built as a routine, especially as a real estate agent. And we have to be consistent in whatever you're doing. And lead generation is not just about looking out for who wants to buy, but look out for who has interest and their areas of interest. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this class. I want you to understand that this is a very basic and fundamental class. Very basic and fundamental. There's so much for us to learn. So much. Okay. We're going to start at the main course after Saturday. You know, Saturday is mass inspection where we go to sites for inspection. We'll show you the property that we have. Then we will start. But then we will reach out to you from the office and call you, have a few conversations with you, you know, from the office, you know, to integrate you into the system and get you fully ready for the trainings coming ahead. Now, I want you to know that my job is to train you as a realtor. As we go, some of you are going to become uninterested. You're going to drop, but I'm not interested in the numbers, actually. Like I said on Saturday, if I find one realtor who is interested, who will commit and do what they are supposed to do, I can guarantee you that as long as real estate is concerned, they are going to succeed. What we do in SET as an organization is to first work on your mind and then provide you with every tool you need to succeed as an outstanding realtor, including education. Okay, so I want to thank you for being part of this class, and then for also the classes that will happen in the near future, right? See you again this time, I think on Sunday. That's when we'll have the next training on Sunday. Take care. Enjoy your week. Have a lovely week from tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. Please roll in your emojis before you leave. Please roll in your emojis.